Hi guys, welcome back to As It Is with the like Genie 100 plus subscribers.
Thank you. Hey, I love you.
At the bomb. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. God bless you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. And this particular episode is dedicated to my mom because I have not seen her for 5 years. I've been in Russia for 5 years and I have not seen my mother because she doesn't live in Nigeria anymore, and all the time I had the opportunity to go visit, of course she was not there. So I miss you so much, mom. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your contributions to my life. I appreciate you. I love you. God bless you. So today's topic is personal. I'm going to be sharing my experience in these 5 years that I've been in Russia. So stay tuned. So, welcome back. I came to Russia in 2015, April 21st precisely. And one of the questions that I was always asked is, why Russia? My friends in Nigeria did not understand why Russia. When I got here, the Russians that I met were like, why Russia? Why Russia? Okay, so I spent 3 years in the university in Nigeria, and I had some issues and I had to drop out, and then Russia was, just the option that I had at the time because my aunt studied here in Russia, and it was cheap. I mean, it was affordable at the time, and that was why I came to Russia. So coming to Russia, Russians are so funny. They always ask the question, how did you get to Russia? Anyways, we have flights from Nigeria to Russia, and I came on Egypt Air, and it was a very nice experience. It was at the beginning of spring, or it was already supposed to be spring, but of course in Russia it was still snowing. So I experienced my first snow just as I came, and it was very nice. It was very good. So what is the first thing that you do when you get to what is the first thing that I did when I got to Russia? Okay, first thing I did, my cousin picked me up and in Moscow, and then later he sent me to Volgograd by bus. And when I got to Volgograd very early in the morning, around 5 a.m. and of course I needed to take taxi to, my auntie had written the address and everything, but the taxi driver that I saw that day was so old and he did not even know, he could not see very well, so I had to call someone that spoke to them in Russian language, and because I didn't know any Russian language, so they had to talk to the taxi driver. He took me to their place. I stayed there for a while, and then they took me to the hostel and then later to school. So yeah, you always have to start with your registration in school. You have to let the school know that you are around. You drop your passports, and they will do a new visa for you and registration. So afterwards, I of course started the language school. I came in April, like I said, so some people were already there before me. So we had to form a new group with some other people that came around the time I came. So they were going to the medical school, but I had to redo, it's called PADFAC. I had to do the preparatory course again, that's the language classes again. So I did not get into the university until 2016 September. The good thing about Russia is that session starts every 1st of September, so no matter where you are, you just have to resume school, except if it's a Sunday. So yeah, for those who are asking, we always have classes on Saturday, so nobody likes that. Anyways, so adjusting to the climate and everything. It was nice to be getting, fresh milk, constant electricity, good internet. It was just a very nice, experience leaving Nigeria and coming, to Russia. But when I came, I was I was fired up because I felt the need to make up for lost time and everything. So I wasn't really, I had my head in the right place. I was trying to just do well in school and just get everything over with. So what happened? I got into first year in 2016, like I said. So how were the classes? Tough, because all the Russian language that I was taught just vanished on the first day of class. Like everything just vanished. I was so numb. It was as if I'd never even learned the language. It was so new. I was almost crying, and that's always the experience. Everybody that that studies here always had that experience of that first day, blank, like it's finally happening, oh my god, that kind of thing. So yeah, so my classmates were not the regular Russian classmates, because everything I heard about Russian classmates were that they were mean, but mine, they've been amazing. In fact, I love them so much. And although I was like the oldest in the class, so they had a lot of questions for me, like why you just joining university, and I had to explain everything, blah blah blah, and that went. Moving around, there's so many options. You can take the tramway, you can take the tram. Actually, it's called tramway in Ruski. You can take the tram, you can take trolley buses, you can take normal big buses. They have marshrutka. It's like our downfall in Nigeria. Yeah, and then we have taxis, and it's affordable. You can move everywhere. But school was not so far from the hostel. Yeah, by the way, I stayed in the hostel up until this year. And the hostel was quite affordable, but the state of the hostel, so, but I was not living above my means, so I had to stay in the hostel. I was living very well in my budget. Anyways, fast forward to getting acquainted with the city, knowing people and everything. I started loosening up a bit, forgetting the reason why I was in Russia to an extent, and of course when I came I was like, I have to get a job. My plan was that I was going to get a job, after 1 year, maybe I'll even start sending money home and all those things. But news alert, Russia is not so, the job opportunity for foreigners is not, it's not so good, except you go searching. But you can get jobs like waiting jobs. You can work in the restaurants. You can hang jackets for a living if you don't mind. You can in my case, as a photographer, I took some pictures at the club for a while. And speaking of that experience, when I got here, I told the president of the Nigerian Student Association, then I was like, bro, I need a job, but I'm a photographer, I can take pictures. So he introduced me to, some people, and I went to, take pictures in the club. The first time I went, they paid me well. They even called a taxi for me afterwards. And it was nice. I felt, wow, I've gotten a job. Second time, the pay was like half. The third time, there was no pay at all, because, people did not really turn up to the club. So, and they pay me out of whatever they sell at the gate. So the third time was more like, bro, I beg no vex. I was like, what? But like I said, my language teacher was very interested in me. She introduced me to a company a language school where they teach English and all those other languages, French and all those things. It's called Linguine. So I started working with Linguine, and in 2016 summer I went to camp, children camp, and the experience was so nice. The children were so lovely, and it just removed all the old thoughts of racism, and the children were so innocent, and they were so curious and inquisitive. They wanted to know things. They were asking questions, and I built a very large bond with them. I had a very big bond with them, and some of them are still in touch with me till now, and they're my friends. They are the best ever. Yeah. What else? In Russia generally, I will talk about distractions. As a student, if you're not careful, you will get distracted. So there was that part, and I had my own fair share of distractions too. Getting food. Of course, there's no African food. Thank God I was able to make some trips to Nigeria in recent times, and that's how I get my Nigerian food supply. But when we came, they took us to a place called Ashan. It's a chain of stores that where you can get things off the shelf. So we're getting rice in 1 kg packs, oil in bottles, and all those things. So like a big supermarket. We thought we were getting the best deals. You get, like, we were really like, oh, you could see the price, and you didn't need any Russian language to just pick things and buy things, and we're fine until we discovered the local market. Now as a Nigerian, you want to bargain, so you go to the local market. You can bargain. You can you can take a particular quantity that you want at a time. And you can also buy in bags. I started buying rice and semolina in bags, and and turkey in carton. Just just so that when you buy it, it can last you for several months, and you don't have to think about food. But basically, we're eating just rice, macaroni, spaghetti, noodles. No Indomie, but noodles. What else? If you get egusi and gari and all those things, you are a big boy, and people will come, flocking to your room. But aside that, it was basically rice, manka, and all those things. Manka is semolina, anyways. Yeah, that's what we were eating. What else? Have I ever been harassed? No, I've not really had any experience, but I've had people, were harassed, and not very. The worst case I heard of was a guy that was pepper sprayed. That's the only one I heard of. I heard that some people attacked some other guys, but personally, I've never had that experience. Okay, so what is my advice to people who want to study in Russia? Well, if you're coming to study in Russia, you just have to be focused. Like I said, there are lots of distractions. Based on where we are coming from, there is no, oh my God, there's internet, there is, there is light. So if you're not careful, you just get distracted. Of course, there are places to go to, there are malls. If you're not careful, you spend money recklessly, and that is not good for you, especially for the fact that jobs are very difficult to get here. So if you're getting a source of income, like maybe from home, like a support system from home, then you'll be fine. Yeah, that's how most guys survive anyways. What else? So yeah, you have to be focused, and you just have to, it's affordable. Lifestyle is affordable, depending on different individuals, but for me it's affordable. I mean, I know where I'm coming from. There's no need to live beyond my means. You can stay in the hostel. Yeah, so let me know what you think about this topic. If there are questions, if you like to come to Russia, if you want me to help you process and all those things, yeah, you just write me. My Instagram page I'm going to share, and where else can you even find me? I don't have Facebook. I have Facebook, but it's not working. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please let me know what you think. Next time I promise that it won't just be something personal. I'll share something more interesting. So have a wonderful time, guys, and God bless. And stay indoors. And I pray that this period will pass very soon. Have a wonderful day. God bless. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.